Good morning students, Sairam. Now today in history we'll be doing the revision of our second lesson, that is India events after 1960. So as this lesson is big, it has been divided into two parts for your revision, and this is the part 1. Now children, what have we studied in this lesson? As we know, India became independent in 1947 and the constitutional framework was accepted. And so India became a sovereign democratic nation. So we follow the rules and regulations, the provisions that are mentioned in the constitution. Now Indian society is multicultural and we find people from all corners of this country, they live over here. And we have a multilingual society. And so we find that there is unity in diversity in India, as all the people live together. Now India needed to solve different problems or different issues of economic, political and social developments, as it was we had been so many years under the rule of the Britishers, and as a result it had to face various problems, right? So there were many challenges which India had to overcome. So first most important thing was to eradicate poverty and to achieve economic development. So to provide job opportunities, employment to the people. And so at the same time political stability was required, and it was achieved because of successful conduct of elections. So elections were conducted in a systematic manner and the process was successful, and there was a faith in democratic traditions. People had a trust in democratic traditions, and as a result we could see that this proved to be very successful. Then there were also various social reforms, including policies and programs for the weaker section of the society. For example, as we know that the society was very much religious bound and tradition bound, so that awakening needed to be created amongst the people, and in that for that social reforms were taken, and people were made aware about the happenings in the surroundings, and an awakening knowledge was being provided to the people. Now in this lesson, as we have studied previously also, we have learnt about the various events that had taken place in various decades, right? So now let's start with the decades of 1960s. Now which were the events that have taken place? Now in the decade of 1960s, you will find several events have occurred and it had a huge impact on the political solution in India. Now which were those events? Like for example, the region of Goa, Daman and Diu, it was under the control of the Portuguese, and later during this decade they were these places were being relieved or from the clutches of the Portuguese, and so they were freed from the Portuguese rule, and then they became part of Indian Federation. Then we see that there was a tension between India and China on the northern border, which had been rising since 1950, and so the war culminated in and this issue was being culminated in the war of 1962. Yes, and see children, as we are going through, just go through the slides very thoroughly, because as I told you earlier also, you might get questions in the form of choose the correct alternative, name the following, true or false, like this. So please go through the slides in detail. This war was fought in the region of McMahon Line. So where was this war between India and China was fought? It was fought in the region of McMahon Line, right? Now, after India became independent, Prime Minister Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru led the country. So who was the first Prime Minister of India after it became independent? So it was Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, and he is also said to be as the architect of India's foreign policy. He has his contribution in the social and economic development of India is significant. He has made a good contribution in the field of social and economic development of India. Then further we will see that after Jawaharlal Nehru passed away in the year 1964. Then who was the next Prime Minister? It was Lal Bahadur Shastri who succeeded him. Now during his rule, during his tenure, India and Pakistan went to war over Kashmir issue in 1965. So see, this issue is since 1965 and still it was going on. Just recently it is solved, but still we find that there are some disputes going on. So during his tenure of Lal Bahadur Shastri, during his rule, the India and Pakistan went to a war over the Kashmir issue in 1960. So just remember these dates, those events which had taken place. Accordingly, it may be asked in the form of maybe match the column or anything. So just be prepared for your exams. Now the Soviet tried to mediate between the two countries. So the Soviet Union, it tried to intervene between the two countries. And that time Lal Bahadur Shastri, he gave a slogan, Jai Jawan, Jai Kisan. With which, now what does this slogan highlights? It tells you about the importance of Indian soldiers and Indian farmers. That means Jai Jawan, soldiers, and Jai Kisan, farmers. So it is telling you about the importance of Indian soldiers and Indian farmers. Lal Bahadur Shastri, he died, he took his last breath at Tashkent in 1966. So just go through this, children, the dates and various prime ministers and the contribution of theirs. Anything can come in any form of a question. Then after that, Indira Gandhi, she became the Prime Minister of India. Now it was in 1966. During her tenure, Pakistani's oppressive policies in East Pakistan resulted in a big movement. So the oppressive policy of Pakistan, it resulted in a great movement. And this movement, who led this movement? It was led by Sheikh Mujibur Rahman and his organization. What was the name of his organization? Mukti Bahini. This crisis in East Pakistan affected India as well. Why? Because millions of refugees came to India. So it was during this period that many Pakistanis, because of this war, they migrated to India. Okay, and so India had to face the problem of refugees. Then, so because they had to take care of their shelter and all needs to be provided to them. Now, this was about the decade of 1960. Now, let's see about the decade of 1970s. What were the events had taken place in the decade of 1970s? Now, in 1971, there was a war between India and Pakistan, and because of this, it resulted into the creation of a independent country called Bangladesh. Now, as a part of India's policy to use atomic energy for peaceful purposes, India successfully carried out the atomic device at Pokhran in Rajasthan in 1974. So, India made use of atomic energy only for peaceful purposes, and that is the result. The first successful test was being carried out of an atomic device at Pokhran in Rajasthan in 1974. In 1975, the people of Sikkim voted for joining the Indian Republic. So in 1975, the people of Sikkim, they voted for joining the Indian Republic. Now Sikkim became later a full-fledged state of Indian Federation. Okay, then it was included in the Indian Federation. Then during this decade, the political situation in India became unstable. Now, what was the reason? The Allahabad court gave the verdict in 1974 that Indira Gandhi, the then Prime Minister, had missed the government machinery during her election campaign. So, this was the result why the Indian political system became unstable, because there was a charge by the Allahabad High Court on Indira Gandhi that she has misused the government machinery during the election campaign. and as a result there was nationwide strikes and protest. Now during this period the situation became more complicated due to the movement that was led by Jayapuryan. First of all, the political situation was unstable. Later it was more complicated because of the movement which was led by Jayaprakash Narayan. And so the situation of law and order in the country worsened and the government declared a state of national emergency. So as the situation became very violent, so the government declared the need of national emergency on the basis of constitutional provisions relating to the emergency. So there are certain provisions which are also mentioned in case of any national emergency is needed. Now, during this period, the fundamental rights of the Indian citizens are suspended. So, as we know, we have our fundamental rights, right? So, but it was that people started misusing their rights. So, those fundamental rights of the Indian citizens were suspended. Due to the emergency, the Indian administration became disciplined, but the human rights were restricted. So as it was a national emergency, the Indian administration was disciplined, but because the rights were taken away from the people, what happened? People were not able to make use of their rights as they were restricted. The period of national emergency, it lasted from 1975 to 1977, and after that general elections were conducted. So for how long was the period of national emergency? From 1975 to 1977. On the backdrop of emergency, many opposition parties came together and formed a party which was called as the Janata Party. So during this period, during the emergency period, many opposite parties, they came together and they formed a party called as the Janata Party, as we have the Bharatiya Janata Party now. So Morarji Desai, he became the Prime Minister, but under his leadership the Janata Party government could not last long due to internal differences. So when Morarji Desai, he became the Prime Minister, but he could not rule for a longer period of time because there were mutual differences within the party itself, in the government itself. So his government could not last for a longer period of time. Then was Charan Singh, who succeeded him, but even his government was short-lived. And then elections were conducted once again in 1980, and the Congress party under the leadership of Indira Gandhi came to power. So again there were elections, and again the Congress party came into power under the leadership of Indira Gandhi. So children, again we have revised the two decades, that is 1960s and 1970s. Now let us have a revision of the next decade, that is in the 1980s. Now which were the events that have taken place in the decade of 1980s? So you'll find during this decade the Indian political system faced many new challenges. Now what kind of challenges? The Sikh in Punjab demanded an independent state of Khalistan. So the Sikh people in Punjab, they wanted Khalistan to be an independent state. So which state was demanded as independent state by the Sikh? It was Khalistan. Then they began a movement which went on to become violent and destructive, and for that reason they started a movement, and this movement slowly started becoming more violent and destructive. Pakistan had lent its support to this movement, and so the Indian army was sent into the Golden Temple at Amritsar, a holy shrine of the Sikhs, in 1984 to evict the terrorists who had allegedly taken shelter there. So the terrorists had taken shelter in the Golden Temple at Amritsar, and so the Indian army was sent in order to remove those terrorists out of that Golden Temple, which was considered to be as a holy shrine of the Sikh. And when did this event take place? In 1984. Now, one of the Sikh bodyguard of Indira Gandhi's personal security. He assassinated her. Now, during this period, an organization called United Liberation Front of Assam (ULFA) carried on a major movement in the northeast India. So, this organization, the United Liberation Front of Assam, it carried out a major movement in the northeast India. So, right after Indira Gandhi's assassination in 1984, who became the Prime Minister? Rajiv Gandhi. He became the Prime Minister of India, and he tried to make several reforms in the field of Indian economy and that of science and technology. He had brought various new inventions and new technology. He took lead in solving the issues of Tamil minority in Sri Lanka. He also took his lead in solving the issues of Tamil minority in Sri Lanka, and he promoted the idea of a united Sri Lanka with the internal autonomy to the Tamil minority, but his efforts in this regard proved to be in vain. So he tried to promote an idea of united Sri Lanka with its internal autonomy to the Tamil community, but then his efforts did not succeed, and so he faced a lot of criticism in the context of corruption, but that took place during a defense equipment deal. So he was blamed for he was being criticized for the context of corruption with regards to the defense equipment deal, especially the purchase of long-range cannon. For the purchase of long-range cannon from a foreign company called Bofors. So he was been blamed for doing corruption during the purchasing of the cannons from the company called Bofors. Political corruption became a crucial issue in the general elections that followed, and the Congress was defeated. So now this became a very crucial issue, and as a result, in this election, Congress was defeated. Several political parties formed a coalition called the Janata Dal, and Vishwanath Pratap Singh became the next Prime Minister of India. So various different political parties, they formed a coalition, a group called as the Janata Dal, and Vishwanath Pratap Singh, that is VP Singh, he became the next Prime Minister. The policy of providing reservation for other backward classes is considered to be his most important contribution. So VP Singh during his rule has contributed for implementing a policy of providing reservations for the OBC or the other backward class. You must have heard about reservations for admissions when you go for colleges and all. There are several minority colleges, and also several seats are reserved for other backward class and the scheduled tribes and scheduled castes. So accordingly, it was he who started this policy of reservations for OBC. But his rule also could not continue for a longer period of time due to internal differences in the party. And then towards the end of decades of 1990s, the unrest in Jammu Kashmir had begun. So there was an unrest in Jammu Kashmir towards the end of 1990s, and the terrorists, they forced the Kashmir Pandits to leave the valley. Now this problem grew serious day by day, and today it has taken in the form of terrorism. So we still face this problem of terrorism, right? Then, so children, so far now we have finished with the 3 decades, that is 1960s, 70s and 1980s. And now, as I told you that be prepared for your exam. So let's just have a glimpse of what kind of questions might come. Okay, so just see, choose the correct alternative. In the year 1974, India successfully carried underground nuclear tests at Pokhran in Dash. So you will be given options and you will have to click the correct option, right? So that is Rajasthan. Same way, second, Dash was the architect of India's international policies. Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, Rajiv Gandhi, Indira Gandhi. So again you have to click to the correct option, right? Then name the following Prime Minister of India after Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. So you'll be given options A, B, C, that is Lal Bahadur Shastri, Indira Gandhi, Rajiv Gandhi. So whatever is the correct option, that is Lal Bahadur Shastri, you have to tick. The group of Sri Lanka that assassinated Rajiv Gandhi, that is LTTE, G20 BRICS and Planning Commission. So again you will click the correct option. Okay, so this was over for today, children, and you can see over here I have also put up the links. You might find difficult otherwise to search. I have put up the links here for your first lesson and for the second lesson. Okay, the first two parts of your first lesson and the first two parts of your second lesson. This is the link, so you may just go through and you can watch the previous video for the same lessons. So we shall stop here for today. Thank you.